Good morning guys, welcome back to another vlog. I have just finished in the gym, hence having the headphones on. Do a weekly vlog this week, it's Monday today. I was going to film my workout, but then I was like, it's literally very similar to the workouts I've been filming recently, and I feel like if I film myself doing an RDL one more time in these videos, you guys are going to be like, Amy, what the girl, I'm bored, I don't want to see you do it again. Do let me know what your feelings are on like me including workouts, and because I don't, even though I'm not doing a program at the moment, I do very similar movements week to week. So do you still want me to include them regardless because you like watching me train, or you like that I will overlay it with me talking about things? Let me know. Sort of easing myself back in because I've actually not trained in a week, because last week we had the Alphalete drop, and I totally planned to sort of do a weekly vlog taking you guys behind the scenes of like a busy work week for me when it comes to like how I do all my Alphalete stuff. But honestly, I barely had time to do the Alphalete stuff, let alone film myself doing the Alphalete stuff and then edit it and upload it for Sunday. So I decided to just get the work done and we'll vlog this week. So yeah, welcome back to another vlog. I'm about to go and do a food shop, so I probably won't film in Marks and Spencer's because I feel like that's probably not the best idea, but I'm gonna go and do a food shop and then I will show you guys what I'm picking up, because I'm gonna be doing like the whole shebang, a full food shop. When I got this Brawl baby tea, I was unsure of it at first because it's quite a warm brown, but I was looking at myself in the gym, not to sound vain, but I was like, this is really complementing like my tan and my hair colour. This shade of brown is really complimentary on me. I don't know why. I thought it would be a bit too warm. It does make it quite hard to pair, but it really suits me. So that's a discovery I've made today. But yeah, honestly, I tried to listen to other gym music, like my normal gym music in the gym. I got 3 songs in. I couldn't. I had to go back to my One Direction music that I've been listening to. I've not listened to anything other than One Direction since Thursday. It's so sad. I don't want to talk about it too much because I don't want to make this video depressing, but I just think it's so sad what's happened to Liam Payne. Like, it's awful. I feel like I completely forgot how big of a part of my life, as weird as it sounds, One Direction was. Like, growing up, I was such a big One Direction fan. They were my favourites when they were on the X Factor. Like, I feel like I grew up with them. Obviously they were older than me, but I feel like I was at that age where you really do feel like you've grown up with them, and I was lucky enough to get to see them once. I can't remember which tour it was, but I remember going to see them with my friend and we had the best time. And they're like, I remember how excited I would get. Like, I remember when Perfect dropped and everyone was so excited for like a new single and excited for an album, and I feel like it was during the time where like people still bought physical albums. Like, I remember ordering them on like pre-order from like Amazon and stuff. I just think the whole thing is incredibly sad, but I can't stop listening to One Direction. Like, I don't want to listen to anything else, so I'm going to put on some One Direction and we're going to go to Marks and Spencer's and do this food shop. But yeah, welcome to another vlog. I feel like that was a slightly strange note to start it on, but hey, it was what was on my brain. So yeah, I will see you guys when I've done my food shop. Okay, so I just got back from Marks and Spencer's and I've done a food shop. So I'm just going to take everything out one by one and show you what I've got. So I got some Italian style salad, which is literally just mixed leaves in a bag because I'm incredibly lazy and I hate chopping up salad. I find having this a lot easier. It's got like rocket, whatever the purple leafy one is. So it's like a good mix of like leaves that don't really taste like much, but then you've got the rocket, so you've got something that's a little bit like spicy to put in salad or like as a side. I got some kale because if you've been watching my vlogs recently, you'll know I keep making a salad with kale, mixed leaves, olives, tzatziki, chicken, so I'm still loving that. So I bought some kale, I bought some tzatziki for the exact same reason that I've just explained. 2 packs of microwavable rice. I know it would be a lot more cost effective to just cook rice, but I find it one of the most irritating things to cook and just really annoying, and I can just bang these in the microwave, and they were like 45p I want to say each, and I've already got a couple others, so I only got 2, so I got 2 packs of whole grain rice. And then for protein I got some of the chicken sausages and some bacon, because these are always on offer together, so it's like 2 for X amount, I can't remember. I get unsmoked bacon. I do actually like smoky bacon, but I prefer unsmoked, so that's the bacon that I got, because one of my go-to breakfasts at the moment is literally like toast and bacon, or eggs and bacon, just anything with bacon I love. And then chicken sausages, sometimes I will have these for breakfast, sometimes I'll have them for a quick lunch with like kale or broccoli and rice. And these chicken sausages, the Marks and Spencer's ones, they're nicer than heck. They're definitely the best chicken sausages I've ever tried. Nicer than Lidl, nicer than Aldi, nicer than heck. So yeah, these are really good chicken sausages, and you get 10 in a pack. I then got some salmon because healthy fats, and I didn't have any salmon last week. I don't have salmon every single week. I try and do it like every other week, because otherwise I find I just don't want salmon every single week. So I got some salmon. I got a pack of chicken. I don't think I will ever do a food shop and not get a pack of chicken unless I miraculously turn vegan. I just find it such an easy protein source. It's also one of like the leanest protein sources. It probably is the leanest. Just do loads and loads and loads of different stuff with chicken. You can make salads, pastas, burgers, curries, whatever. You can do so much with it, so I will always have chicken in a weekly shop. That is like a go-to. And then it wouldn't be a Marks and Spencer's haul without my 24 mini meatballs. Since I discovered these, I bought them every single week since. I just think they're adorable. And I've been making them into either burger salad bowls, or making like smashed burger pita bread, like flatbread things. But I don't think I'm going to do that this week. I think I actually want to make like meatballs for my tea. So half is one meal, half is another. Obviously you could have less, but I'm trying to eat more protein at the moment, so this is 2 meals worth of meatballs. But I just found how small they are so cute. I'm a sucker, like I'm a marketing person's like dream, because this is just so cute to me. Like they're so giddy and small. And then I got some sweet potatoes because I feel like I've just had a lot of rice recently and barely anything else as a carb source. Obviously there's other things that I have through the day, like snacks and stuff, which aren't really in here because I already have plenty of snacks in. But I've not had sweet potatoes in ages, and I fancy like a sweet jacket potato or some sweet potato wedges this week, so that's what I got these for. I don't like buying big bags of potatoes because I find that for me, I will forget about them and then they all go off and they start sprouting and shit, and it's kind of actually quite scary, but it's also very wasteful. So even though it cost me more to get 2, then it's not as cost effective. It didn't cost me more than a full bag, but it cost me more than, you know what I mean, like the cost efficiency is not the best, but I'm probably not going to want more than 2, therefore it makes sense to just get a pack of 2. Tender stem broccoli for more micros. I found something out the other day, right, and thank you TikTok because it always educates me. So at Nando's, I don't know if anyone else has noticed, I hadn't until someone mentioned it. The broccoli on the menu is called long stem broccoli, not tender stem broccoli, because if you ever buy tender stem broccoli, you'll realise there's like an R next to it at the top, no matter where it's from. If it says tender stem broccoli, there's an R next to it, and apparently that's because like tender stem broccoli is like a brand, so Nando's can't put that on their menu, like they can't have that on their menu, which is why it's called long stem broccoli. So apparently tender stem broccoli is like a brand, if that makes sense, which I just find so weird. I had no idea about that. I don't know if that's true or not, but I saw it on TikTok and I thought it was a fun fact. If it is a fact, hopefully it's true, because I thought it was quite cool. And then for one snack, which I stocked up on because I don't have any at the moment, I got some Alpro Simply Plain yogurt, because I love having a yogurt bowl either like middle of the day or end of the day, and then a massive pack of raspberries and blueberries because I'm loving raspberries and blueberries at the moment. And I think this was £4, which is obviously expensive. I'm not saying that it's not, but it's actually quite good value for money. And I do burn through it quite quickly, but there's a lot of raspberries and blueberries in here. So yeah, that is my food shop. Obviously like seasoning or like sauces and stuff I've already got in. And like I mentioned, a lot of snacks I've already got in. But yeah, this is what I bought from Marks and Spencer's. So I'm going to put this away. I'm going to make my lunch for today. And then I want to go and wash my car and get some steps in before I come back and I continue house hunting, which I need to fill you all in on. I will fill you all in on that. But yeah, this is my food shop. Good morning guys. It is so cold outside this morning. Yesterday I didn't carry on filming because yesterday just didn't go quite to plan, but this morning I'm gonna go and clean my car, and then I'm actually gonna go for an outdoor run. I feel like I've spoken about in vlogs recently, like if you're not enjoying or you're not really feeling something at the moment, go and do something different. And I've not done an outdoor run since I did a 5k, so I'm not doing like a serious run. I'm literally just gonna run from where I'd usually start my walk on the canal to, there's like a tea room right at that end portion of that canal, and then walk back and probably get like a hot coffee there to walk back with. But yeah, like I woke up this morning, I was like, oh, it's sprints day, like let's go do some sprints on the treadmill. And then I was like, I'd actually rather go for an outdoor run, and it's cold today, but it's actually like the perfect weather for doing an outdoor run, I feel, because it's like crisply cold, if that makes sense. When I did both my other runs, they were like in the height of summer. I think one of them was done on like the hottest day of the year, so I'm gonna have to make sure that I am appropriately dressed. But I'm excited because I'm gonna wear my Tenacity leggings, which are new from Alphalete. Obviously, like I do work with them, but I'm just like saying this, it's not like I've been paid to say it or anything, but they are honestly like a warm hug up my leg. So those are the leggings that I'm going to wear for a run today, and then I'm going to wear like a zip up or a long sleeve. Obviously Alphalete don't have those, so I'm just going to have to wear some from other brands that I have. But yeah, that's what I'm going to do this morning. But I want to go and clean my car first. I wanted to do this yesterday and then I never bloody did it, so let's go and clean my car. But before I go and do that, I wanted to update you guys on my house hunting situation, which is it even a situation? I don't know. Basically, I've been looking. I've definitely made progress in terms of knowing what I do want and what I don't want, and I'm very convinced now, which I've mentioned in a vlog before, like I'm going more for area than I am the house itself, because I'm going to be moving out on my own, and I don't want this to come off like any way other than just like from a safety point of view, but like because I'm going to be moving out on my own, I want to feel safe. So I want to be living in an area that I feel safe in. And it's not that if I was with someone or buying with someone, I wouldn't care about being safe, but I don't think I would maybe be as vigilant about it. And I just don't think you can put a price on feeling safe. So even if the house needs a bit more doing to it, I would rather that and feel safe than be sort of like feeling unsafe in my own home. So area is definitely like the biggest point for me. And I've also realised I do want to drive and I want a garden as well. I don't want a massive garden, but I think I've mentioned before, like I would love to have my own little fluffy friend. I feel like I am a good candidate for it. I've never had a dog before, but I've always wanted one. With my work and with my job, yes, sometimes there's travelling involved, but realistically it's never that frequently. My mum and dad are retired, like they're at home all the time. I have a very flexible job. I'm at home all day, I work from home. I feel like I'm a good candidate to have a little fluffy best friend, and I wouldn't really want to do that without having somewhat of a garden, just because I don't really think it's the fairest thing in the world. Obviously you can take them out for a walk, but I would just like them more than me to have a little garden. Not me buying a house thinking of an imaginary dog that I don't even have yet. Iconic. So yeah, at the weekend I went through Rightmove, I went through every single area that I'm interested in, and I just bookmarked any house that I was interested in, and then I went back through them with my sister and realised a lot of them were actually the opposite of what I wanted. I feel like I just liked certain elements about the house. So as we were going through them, there was like 18 of them. We were working out, I was like, oh, it was this is what I liked about this one, this is what I didn't like about this one, and all that sort of stuff. And I'm going to book in some viewings this week, so that's the next step. Do I think any of the ones I've seen are ones that I'm going to buy? I'm not entirely sure, but I'm also trying to be aware of the fact that like with my budget and stuff, I'm not going to find like the perfect house in the perfect area that needs nothing doing to it. I'm going to have to concede on some things, but area is something that I really don't want to concede on. And the other thing is bathroom. I'm not saying it needs to be like completely to my taste, but I don't want to buy somewhere where I want to rip the bathroom out straight away. So I am actually being mindful of that as well. That might sound stupid to some people, but I just feel like bathrooms are like, it can be a bit of a nightmare. Like when we've had our bathroom done before at my mum and dad's house, I remember it took ages and like it was a nightmare, and it was just a nightmare. So I kind of want to avoid having to do that like straight away. But yeah, it's very exciting. It's very scary though as well, I'm not gonna lie. Like having that thought of having like X amount coming out of your bank account every single month, and like me being like solely responsible and like responsible for an entire house is actually a little bit scary. I'm not gonna lie, it scares me a little bit. I feel like I'm ready for a bit more responsibility in my life. So yeah, that's my house hunting updates. I said that I would take you guys along on the process, so hopefully if I do have some viewings I can like talk to you about that this week. Literally I've been on Rightmove like every single day for the past like 2 weeks now, so yeah. Anyway, speaking of looking after things and having responsibility, my car needs cleaning. It's absolutely filthy, so I'm going to take it to Morrison's and do you like scan it and then you like clean it yourself. I'm going to go and do that and then it'll be run time. So yeah, let's go clean my car.
Your mobile phone is still in the vehicle.
Ow. Good morning. I feel like I really need to bring you up to speed because guys, it's Friday and I look like little Bo Peep because I've got these little plaits in. So I think the last thing you saw was me on a run. So I did my run and then I feel like you're going to be able to tell because I'm vlogging more now. I feel like you guys are going to be synced up with my menstrual cycle as well. But this week has just been like a very like tired week, but I've also had a lot to do. And honestly, that run that I did on Tuesday absolutely battered me. I don't know who I thought I was. We did 3.5k I think. I've not ran since I did a 5k months ago. Like it's literally like 2 months ago in a vlog. So I don't know why I thought that was a good idea, but I really enjoyed doing it. So I feel like I need to actually make myself a proper like running structure so that I can do it with my weights, because I've not been able to train since Tuesday because I've been so sore. I think it's a combination of things. I think Monday's leg day because I didn't train properly last week. I was sore on Tuesday anyway, and then I went and ran, and then I was like double sore. Today I'm feeling, I've got a little bit of soreness still, but I'm well enough to train, so I am going to go and hit legs today. But yeah, it's Friday today. So what have I got to catch you up on? First things first, I've had a little bit of a beauty maintenance week. I'm saying beauty maintenance, I tanned last night, so I'm nice and freshly tanned. I washed my hair last night and then I braided it just to try and make it not go, if I leave my hair it's like nice and wavy, but I wanted it to be like structured waves, so I've braided it. Yeah, yesterday I went and got Botox in my forehead. I don't like speaking about it too much, like I don't want to make it my entire personality because I feel like that's when it comes across as like I'm promoting it. I'm not promoting it, but I do believe in being open about these things, and I get a lot of comments about skin. Ironic because I'm actually getting really bad breakouts at the moment. I think it's something to do with the skincare I've been using, so I need to work out what it is that's breaking me out, because they're really painful. I'm not gonna lie, I've tried to cover them up, but it's really quite painful. But yeah, I do get a lot of compliments on my skin, and I feel like with my forehead in particular it looks even better when I've had Botox. I don't know what it is, because obviously it's just like relaxing your muscles, but I feel like it just makes my forehead is so clear when I've got it. But yeah, it's obviously not kicked in yet, like I've got full movement and I don't get loads, and I also never have my top up. So basically with Botox you have a top up usually like 2 to 4 weeks after. I never go for it because I don't like to be completely frozen. I like to maintain a little bit of movement because I'm very expressionate, but because I'm very expressionate I did have a permanent line here which I have been able to get rid of by getting Botox. If I hadn't had that line I wouldn't be doing it. I don't believe in getting Botox to prevent lines when you don't have any fine lines, and I know that's an unpopular opinion and people are going to be like, well, if you've already got lines it's too late. I just don't believe that, because this was really deep set, like to the point where I was getting tan lines. Like it was quite deep set and I don't have it anymore, like it's not there. So I don't necessarily believe in that, and I just feel like if you don't have anything to be getting it for, it just seems a bit pointless to me. But yeah, in terms of what I get, I just get it here most of the time, and then occasionally I will get it here as well, just because I do find when I'm just getting it here, this is what I mean, don't start if you don't need it, because if I'm just getting it here sometimes I overcompensate for movement elsewhere, and then I end up starting to get like fine lines here. Obviously I am 25, I'm not old by any means, but I am starting to get some fine lines when I just get it here because I overcompensate here. So I did do here and here, but I don't get a brow lift, I don't get anything down here. Obviously there's nothing wrong with doing that, I don't need it in that area, and I don't want it in that area. So it's not that I need it anyway. I feel like I tie myself up in knots when I talk about this. No one needs anything. I'm talking about like my preferences. I also went to a pumpkin patch yesterday, which was honestly the most disappointing thing I've ever done. Like, I'll be so real, I just found it incredibly disappointing. We went to Copley's farm. Oh shit, my hair's still wet. Oops, we're just gonna have to roll with it. We went to Copley's farm, which is in like Pontefract. Don't get me wrong, it was lovely, like the farm shop was really nice, but the pumpkin patch itself was really disappointing and honestly a little bit depressing. Like, I don't know how to explain it. And then the pumpkin carving didn't go very well either. So to be honest, I had a lovely time, but it was a little bit of a, it felt a little bit wasteful, I'm not gonna lie. I'm just gonna rip this band-aid off because I feel like it's easier, but I am seeing someone at the moment, and that's who I was at the pumpkin patch with yesterday. And I just want to, I don't mind sharing the fact that like if I was to have a boyfriend, I have a boyfriend. If I wasn't single, I'm not single. I don't mind sharing that, but I don't know how I feel about putting people in my content. So yeah, I'm gonna be honest, it's making it a little bit hard to film sometimes, especially if I'm vlogging, if I am spending time with that person. But yeah, it's one of those things. So that's where I've been. But it's Friday today and we're gonna spend the full day together because today is actually a very exciting day. So we've got a leg session to hit, which I'm going to take you along with and film. I'm going to have to pack like multiple Alphalete gym fits with me because I need to get some content for them from the most recent launch. So I'm gonna take some, like, it's so simple, but just like gym selfies after, if they wanted to do like an outfit post dump with the new stuff, that will be some content for them. So I'm gonna do that. So I need to pack my gym bag full of tenacity fits basically, but before then I'm actually going to my first house viewing, which I feel like I was mentioning probably the last time I spoke on this vlog. So it's my first ever house viewing. I'm gonna be honest, do I think this house is the one? No, but I'm really struggling, I think I mentioned the other day, to find houses that like really excite me. And I know that to some people that will make people think like, well, maybe you shouldn't be doing it then because like nothing's exciting you. And I understand that, but quite a lot of people have said to me, including my mum, like, you just need to rip the band-aid off and start looking, because also it's really hard to tell from pictures online. Like, a house could look amazing or it could look rubbish and then look the complete opposite in person. Like, amazing in person, rubbish online, amazing online, rubbish in person. The more I look in person, the more I will realise about areas, the more I will realise about what I do want in a house, what I don't want in a house. So yeah, this is my first, like, I've viewed houses before when I was at uni. Obviously you have to go and view houses and I found it so much fun. But obviously this is different because that was for renting, this is for buying. I'm intrigued. It feels very big girl. I'm going to be honest, I've got a bit of anxiety about it. I've woke up feeling really anxious today. I feel like I'm just I feel like I get really hormonal now around my periods, and I'm due on my period. So that's fun, but I just feel really anxious. Like, I woke up feeling so sick today. I'm gonna get dressed. I'll show you like a little OOTD. I'm gonna pack my bag full of some gym fits to take some snapperoos at the gym. Yeah, it's not gonna be anything groundbreaking. I'm probably gonna do tenacity leggings, a jacket, and then my coat. But yeah, I feel sick. Okay, this is my quick OOTD. It's very dark. I don't know why it's so dark in here, but I've just got a headband. I don't know where this is from. I think it might be Primark or Boots. I've just got a full zip jacket on, and then my tenacity leggings, which I absolutely love. They keep me really warm, and they're a lot thicker than Aura, and also, I mean, yeah. So yes, this is my OOTD, and then this is my scent of the day. I'm going to talk about these later because I actually got them from Space NK for free, which is so exciting. So I'll talk about it properly later because I really need to go. But the DS and Durga I don't know what, paired with Fleur Soft Spot, that is my scent of the day, which I feel like I'll explain more later because I don't have time right now. I really need to go. Hey guys, we're done with my house viewing. I'm going to talk more about house viewings and stuff after I've been to the gym. We'll go home and we'll yap a little bit more there. Before, people really wanted me to document the process, but I want to be as transparent as possible and like answer any questions that people have, obviously within reason. So yeah, it was very nice. It was a very positive start to house viewings. Obviously I'm not going to buy the first thing I see. I feel like that's a really stupid thing to do, but it was a positive start and it showed me I don't have to choose to do like a full-blown project, because that house was very much like I could buy it and not do anything to it. Like, it was pretty, I don't want to say perfect, because obviously it's not, otherwise I'd be like, I'm gonna buy it. But you really, like, nothing needs redoing. I probably wouldn't even want to paint. Like, it's really like ready to roll, if that makes sense. But yeah, I'm about to go and hit legs. I've just started getting period cramps, so we're going to see how we get on. But yeah, I'm going to go and hit legs and get some content for Alpha Elite whilst I'm in the gym. I've just taken my pre-workout, which was some Wham chewy sweets and the ESN peach iced tea pump pre-workout, which I've not had in a while, but I ran out of my Ghost pink lemonade. And that's one of my other favourite pre-workouts, so that's what I've gone with today. But yeah, let's go and hit legs. Hopefully it's not too busy so I can film. I don't know what I'm gonna do. It's so much fun training now. Like, I literally go in every day and I'm like, I've got no idea what I'm gonna do. We're just gonna see where the world takes me. The gym is my lobster. The gym is my oyster. The gym is my world. We love you, gym. I don't know what I'm saying. I feel like I'm rambling. I'm quite tired. Let's go to the gym. So I started off this leg day with B-stance hip thrusts, which I've not done in ages, but I knew I wanted to do a hip thrust or a bridge movement, but I just didn't want to do, honestly, I didn't want to do them super heavy, and I didn't want to do normal ones. And I was like, what can I do? I'm bored of doing my triple contraction ones that I've been doing. So I was like, I'm going to do B-stance. I've not done B-stance in ages. Instant regret, because I feel like B-stance hip thrusts are just so rough. But I do rest in between legs. I feel like I get asked quite a bit about that. It's the same with Bulgarians. I will always rest in between legs. In terms of foot placement, you want the heel, I always mess this up when I'm trying to say it, but you want the heel of your non or less working leg, because it will be working to obviously balance you and stabilise you, to be in line with the toes of your other leg's foot. Boom, nailed it. And then I did some leg press. I just went with like a pretty narrow stance on these, more glutes and quads rather than being more quads or more glutes. Like, if I wanted a lot more glutes, I could have put my feet higher on the platform, but I went kind of middle of the platform with quite a narrow stance. I love doing the leg press at the moment, and also with me being during my period, I was getting some cramps, so I didn't want to be doing anything that's going to be requiring like being, it sounds really lazy, but being upright more than I need to be. Like, B-stance hip thrust, I can sit down. Leg press, I'm sat down. It was like a lazy but good leg day, if that makes sense. Does anyone else get like that with the period? Like, I just don't want to be doing anything that requires me to be stood up. Ironically, I then did do something standing up, but I did some narrow stance heel elevated goblet squats because I wanted to hit more quads and glutes on this day. So these are one of my favourite things to do for my quads. I absolutely love doing them. I've been through them a million times in my vlogs or on full weeks of workouts, but yeah, essentially just pushing my knees as far forward as I can, super slow, super controlled in the movement. And then after this, I did some abduction work, but I wasn't able to film it because there was just too many people around, and I don't like feeling like I'm in the way with my camera. My gym's really good with filming, like they don't mind filming. A lot of other people film. It's very common for people to have tripods in there, but I don't like feeling like a nuisance or getting in people's way with my tripod. So if a workout is ever cut short in terms of filming, just know it's purely out of respect for other people's space and privacy to an extent as well. So yeah, I finished off with some abduction work, 4 movements, in and out, easy. I was in the gym for like an hour. Good leg day. We are back from the gym. Don't mind the suitcases in the background because they need to go up in the loft. My sister's old room is essentially, I don't want to say dumping ground because that's not the right way of putting it, but my sister's old room is essentially just like an everything sort of room now. Got back from the gym, I've had a quick lunch, and now we're going to talk houses, we're going to talk perfume, I'm going to go through my Space NK box with you and just have a good old yap, because I feel like I always like to make sure there's something to like take away from these vlogs, and I feel like, to be fair, we've done a food shop and stuff, but I like to make sure there's like plenty in there. So I wanted to talk houses and the house buying process. So just to rewind slightly, I moved back home this year to live with my mum and dad because of circumstances changing, and then obviously circumstances have changed even more since, which then means that a move which I wasn't ready to make, which was going to be to buy a house, has now sort of, I don't want to say hurried forwards, because I could still be like I'm not ready yet, but I do feel ready. What I do for work, it requires me having a lot of stuff, and I also just want to have my own space. So those are really like the main reasonings. It's also a good investment to an extent. I don't want to just view this house as an investment though, like I want to view it as like a home and somewhere to live. So I am seriously looking for a house, which is honestly quite scary because I'm 25 and I'm doing it on my own, and I've got to say hats off to anyone who has bought a house on their own, like American or UK, but I feel like the UK in particular, the housing market is just crazy. Like houses are so expensive, and I live up north in the UK. I cannot even fathom if I lived down south I would not be able to afford to buy a house, full stop, period. Like the only thing I would be able to afford would be, and I'm not even joking, like a garage, a boat, like a boat on a canal, like I'm being dead ass serious right now, or a very small one bed apartment. So I am lucky in the sense that I live up north, but prices up north are still getting higher, and it is very expensive. Like I have a newfound respect for people that do it on their own, because when you've got two people, you've got two deposits coming together, you can split your mortgage, you can split your bills, you can split your solicitor's fees, you can split everything extra, you can split your surveillance fees, you can split all of that. You can't do that when you're on your own. Like everything is your cost, it's your sole responsibility, and that's really fucking scary. And I don't feel like I ever see people talking about it as much. And I know that like single people get certain discounts, so like with council tax I think in the UK you get a bit of a discount, but it's nowhere near like the cost of 50% of a mortgage a month or 50% of the bills. Like it's really not that much of a discount in terms of everything else that you're having to pay for. So honestly, anyone watching this has bought a house, full stop, okay? Whether it's with someone or on your own, it's a big achievement. But especially people that have done it on their own, I honestly think it's so impressive. So honestly, regardless of age, well bloody done, because it is not easy. It's actually really scary thinking about how big of a responsibility it would be, but I do feel I'm ready for this responsibility. So I did take a couple of little clips of the house that I looked at today. It was a new build, which I don't know why I didn't clock that it's a new build, because I've driven past there on the way to the airport near me so many times, and I literally remember that being built whilst I've had a driving license, which means it can only be 7 years old maximum. So I don't know why I didn't think that, but yeah, it's only 4 years old. But I think because of the way that the people who live there have done it, I think they've redone it quite a bit, and their furniture taste, which obviously they wouldn't leave the furniture there, they're going to take it with them. It doesn't feel like a new build on the inside, because I don't have anything against new builds, but typically when I'm looking at like a new build, like a brand new one, when I see them come up on Rightmove, I just think they look really cold and like characterless. To me, I'm probably going to want to do the same amount of stuff that I would want to do to like a house that's maybe like 40 years old and 100k cheaper. Like I'm going to want to rip the same amount of stuff out, but the new build is a lot more expensive, if that makes sense. So I've not really been looking at new builds, but it did definitely change my perspective. And again, this is like what I was saying earlier, the more that you look, the more you realise things that you maybe do like that you didn't think you would, or things that aren't an issue. And honestly, like the house was lovely. It was a really nice size, although I do feel like now I've thought about it a bit more, I feel like I would outgrow it very quickly. Like very quickly. And I'm not talking about having babies and shit, because I don't even know if I want kids, but if I do, it's at least like 5 to 10 years off. Like I do not want them anytime soon. And there was a couple other things about it that I'm just, it's not things that you can change either, so I'm not like 100% sold on it. And to be honest, I bet it will probably get snapped up quite quickly, so I probably won't end up buying that house, which is why I feel like it's okay to put some clips in. But honestly, it was really good in the sense that I wouldn't have to do anything to it. I could move in there tomorrow. I wouldn't want to rip the kitchen out. I wouldn't want to rip the bathroom out. Honestly, I wouldn't even want to paint, which is crazy. I wouldn't want to redo the carpets. The carpets are all lovely. They've painted the walls nice colours. Like, there's nothing that I would want to do to it, but I'm just not sure it's right. Plus, it's the first house I've looked at, so I'm obviously not going to buy it straight away, even if I loved it. Although maybe I would, I don't know. So yeah, I did ask for a couple of questions on Instagram, and they were all quite similar. People asking like what my deal breakers are when visiting a house, what kind of house I'm looking for, for additional costs, which I don't know about yet because I haven't bought a house yet, and I know that there is a lot of additional costs. You've got things like solicitor fees, so you're gonna have to get house insurance, surveillance fees, all this sort of stuff. There's a lot of different fees to pay when you buy a house. Like, don't just think of the cost of the house, you need to think of all the fees as well. And a really interesting one, which I am actually going to answer in quite a bit of yappalations, is opinion on buying a house with a significant other / doing it on your own in and out of a relationship. And quite a few people have asked me about, like, I think people think I'm in a relationship again. I'm not in a relationship. I am, like, seeing someone, quite seriously, quite literally. I get really awkward when I talk about this sort of stuff, but obviously that's so new, like, that's not a thing. I'm not going to be buying a house with that person. Maybe in the future if things go right, but not now. Like, the first house that I buy, it's going to be bought on my own. Because I think people think I'm in a relationship again, which obviously I'm not, but even if I was, it would still be very new. Like, why am I buying on my own and not with someone? I personally, and I think it's quite a taboo subject, I don't think there's anything wrong with buying a house on your own when you're in a relationship. I think it's very circumstantial. If I'd been with someone for 5 years and they wanted to buy a house to live in, but they didn't want to buy it with me, it'd make me feel quite uncomfortable. I'd be a bit like, what the hell? Like, that's a bit, what's going on there? Unless you've both got a thing of like, right, we're both going to buy an individual property each, and we'll have those houses for a few years, and then we'll get a house together. Like, if that's a plan, like, that's your plan. But for me personally, if I was that far into a relationship, that would make me feel acutely uncomfortable, because it would just feel like a step backwards or a step off course, if that makes sense. In general, I think if you've only been together like a year, even 2 years, that could be for a lot of people too soon to be buying a house with someone. And if you want to buy a house and you're ready to buy a house, I don't think the fact that you're in a relationship should stop you, if that makes sense. I really don't think there's anything wrong with it. People reach different stages at different points. Someone might not want to buy with someone if they can't put the same amount in. They might be at different life stages when it comes to savings and stuff. Like, I think it's completely depends on the situation that you're in, but I don't think it's that strange of a thing to do. And in terms of if I think you should buy on your own or with your partner, that's something that only you can decide. I would just be mindful of how long you've been together, how well do you know this person, are you sort of on the same path, what's like your future plans, like, basically, is this going to go the distance? Like, you do, and don't be delusional about it. Like, really think about it. Like, are you in a happy, loving, fulfilled relationship? Because if you're not, I feel like buying a house with that person is probably not a good idea, because this sounds really morbid, but you don't have that strong of a chance of being together forever anyway. And so if you know that there's something fundamentally wrong with your relationship, I don't feel like you should be buying a house together, because I feel like you're just kicking a can down the road and then adding a shit ton of garbage to said can, because when you do inevitably break up, that's going to be a lot to sort out. It's something to think about, but I don't think there's necessarily a right or wrong answer. That's basically my take on it. In terms of deal breakers for me for a house, its area is probably the main deal breaker. I don't want to live somewhere where I don't feel safe. Some people might think that's really, and I'm not saying that in a snobbish way, by the way, it's not being done in a snobby way, but if I know it's not a safe area, I don't want to buy a house there. I don't want to buy a house there because I'm going to be living on my own. It's my first home and I wouldn't feel safe. Having a whole house, that level of responsibility, being on your own in an area where you don't feel safe, that's a huge, huge, huge deal breaker for me. And another massive deal breaker for me is light, natural light, because of what I do for work and also just how I am as a person. I want a house that's got a good level of natural light, and a lot of houses near me, there's a lot of like old townhouses or terraced houses, and they're beautiful inside, like wooden beams, beautiful, but they're so fucking dark, so dark, because they've got these tiny windows and the terrace, so you don't get light from the side. And I'm not against a terraced house, but it's just like, it's a strong lack of light, let's just put it that way. That's another huge deal breaker for me. And also kitchen and bathroom, that's a deal breaker. Not a huge one, like if something came up and it was like, right, it's going to be a bit more of a project, but it was a lot cheaper, but I don't want to be paying X amount and having to rip a kitchen and bathroom out. If I can avoid that, I really want to. So those are like my deal breakers. So I don't really have that many. I'm sure I will add more as the house hunting process goes on. And I also don't want a huge house. I don't see the point in having a huge house. I'm going to be living there on my own. Even if someone was to move in with me, like, there would be two of us. Like I've said, I have no intentions on having kids anytime soon. I don't want kids anytime soon, so I wouldn't have a baby in whatever house I buy. So I'm not even considering that. I just need enough space for me and my stuff and potentially another person, but I don't want like a huge house to just like rattle around in, because also bills, heating that bitch is going to be expensive. Second of all, cleaning and the upkeep of a house, it takes a lot. Like imagine doing that in like a 5-bedroom house on your own. Like that doesn't make sense. I want 2 or 3 beds. And yeah, it's honestly fucking terrifying doing it on your own. And I had a little cry earlier because I'm hormonal, but also I just didn't see my life how it's panned out. And I don't want this to sound depressing, because honestly the way that my life has panned out is due to nothing other than my own decisions and my own choices, which I'm very happy with. But it's crazy to think how things have panned out compared to how I would have thought things would have panned out. I'm just in a totally different situation to what I would be in. Everyone around me is in like long-term, well, most people, not everyone, but most people are in like long-term relationships of like 2 years or more, and they're buying houses, or they're looking at houses together, or they're married, or they're engaged, and I just feel, I know that you shouldn't compare, but I just feel like I was on that trajectory and I know it wasn't right. So I'm not like, it's not about that specific thing, it's just how different of a trajectory I'm on. I'm like, it's a bit scary, I'm not gonna lie. Like I really didn't expect to be doing this now on my own. It said, you think the itsy bitsy spider gave a fuck about the rain and having to start the journey over? No, it crawled up the spout again, lock in. And I just feel like, yeah, maybe let's not complain and whinge, let's just get on with it. And I am excited. I know I don't sound excited, it's just because it's actually quite stressful, and like actually like thinking about the prospect of doing this whole thing on my own is quite scary. But I have my mum and dad, they're very helpful, they know what they're doing, they've been through the process a few times. So yeah, I have my sister as well, she's bought a house. One of my best friends has very recently bought a house. Like I have people who know what they're doing and can be helpful. It's just scary because I am on my own and like in the process on my own. Jeez, if that angle has just changed slightly at all, I just had to take a break. I got very emotional all of a sudden. I just feel like, guys, I'm so hormonal. Like I'm so hormonal. I think it's just crazy when I think about how I thought, or where I thought I'd be, or what I thought I'd be doing at 25 when I was younger, and then I think about where I'm actually at. I'm like, oh. But then I know this is not fun. This is really not fun. But then I also know that realistically I've done a lot of things which I never would have thought I'd be able to do, or would even be an option for me. So there's 2 sides to this. It's sort of like a seesaw, and I need to just be mindful of that. But yeah, this is not good. But I have a very, 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 very beautiful little life. And speaking of which, guys, I got the most exciting package last weekend from Space & which I want to show you. I have already unboxed most of this, well, all of it on TikTok because I've had it for a week, but I've been using it all week. But oh my god, guys, the screen with which I scrumped. I came in last Saturday, I think it was, and it was meant to be like a quick flying visit. I was just meant to be getting changed and then I was going to Chester Zoo for the day. But oh my god, I came in and there was a Space & box for me. Now, you'll remember if you've been watching my vlogs, I got the skincare package. I just thought they wanted to send me that as a one-off. I didn't realise when I said yes to that, it's put me on their like PR list, which is just crazy to me because Space & is somewhere I've shopped for years. Like if I need to get multiple makeup, bath, beauty bits at the same time, if I can order it all from Space & I will. It's like my favourite place. I love going in person. I feel like the shops are so beautiful, and I'm so grateful. I didn't realise I would get this, but it was a scent box, guys, and I feel like to know me is to know how much I'm obsessed with scent. Like it was honestly a little bit embarrassing because the person that I'm seeing was there and I was freaking out. Like it was literally Christmas Day. My dad was like, I don't get it, why are you so excited? But this is just so exciting to me, and the only reason I'm even on this list, or they even emailed me a few months ago to ask to send me skincare, is because of you guys taking an interest in my content, commenting, shopping through links, mentioning me anywhere. I don't know how it's come about, but genuinely it's because of you guys, so thank you so much. Like I know that for some people they get PR all the time and they'll be thinking like, that's really sad that you get so excited about it, like what a loser. That's just not how I view these things. Like this is so exciting. Like this is so exciting for me, and the only reason why I've been given this box of goodies is because of you guys. So thank you so much, because a scent box is honestly like a dream come true. Like I was and am so excited about receiving this. Like I honestly, when I opened it and it said Discover Scents, I was like, I literally said, I think I literally said, you're fucking joking. I was like, they've sent me perfume. I've got perfume in this box. And it's a lot of perfume as well. So the only thing that's not in here is the Vibrato Mini Woo Witchy Woo. This middle one. This is everything that came in the box. This one isn't in here because I gave it to, it's really quite manly in my opinion, so I gave it to my sister's husband for him to use, but everything else I still have in the box. So like I mentioned earlier, I have been using the hell out of these together. So this is DS and Durga I don't know what fragrance enhancer. If you've tried the Molecules fragrances, very similar. I don't know if the concept is meant to be the same, but the sort of smell on me is very similar. It smells like a very clean, fresh, like herby almost. It smells a little bit like a gin and tonic. That's how it smells on me. It's a very, very, very clean scent. Some people hate this on themselves. I personally love it, and I've never, ever, ever tried anything from this brand before. I didn't know this existed. I'm so fucking glad this came in this box because I have worn it every single day since I got this box, with or on its own. If I'm wearing one perfume, this is all I've worn this week. It's so good as like a daytime scent, and I've had quite a few compliments on it as well. Or I've been putting Fleur Soft Spot with it, which I also got in the box, which, like, what the hell. But these two together, oh my god, these two together smells like a warm, clean, soft skin. Like, that is how this smells. I would say this to me, and I've not looked up the notes, but this to me is like a warm, musky, floral scent. And I don't know why, but they just complement each other so well. I don't know if it's because I've been wearing it with this. It could be these two together. I've been getting really good longevity out of it, like a good 5-6 hours with like, not a huge projection, but like the bubble around me can definitely smell what I've got on. And these are definitely my favourite things that came in this box, and I'm so fucking grateful because I think these two combined would have run me like £200. So thank you so fucking much, Space NK, for two of my new favourite perfumes. Or should I even say thank you, because when it comes to rebuying, it's going to cost me a pretty penny. But seriously, super fucking generous. I'm so excited about these, and it's been my go-to scent this week, either this or these two together. Love. I then got 3 minis from in like this Moroccan set from this brand, which I've never heard of before. It's called Wind. I don't know how you're meant to say it. It's W-H-I-N-D. So you've got rose saffron. It smells like a very grown up, like sexy rose scent. It's not super fresh floral, which is good because I don't actually love super fresh floral scents, especially when it comes to rose. I prefer more of like a sweet or a musky floral. So this is lovely, like really nice. I've then got Neroli Bronze. It reminds me of like the bazaars and stuff that I walked through when I went to Turkey, which I can imagine maybe a like similar sense to Morocco, but like it's like sweet oranges, sun cream. I don't know how to describe it. It's a very unique scent. I don't have anything else like it. And then La Rose, which this is probably one of my favourite ones. This is very sweet. It's like a very sweet rose scent. It's like a candied rose scent. It smells like roses and like strawberries and stuff. Like, it's absolutely unreal. Like, I absolutely love it. So this was a cool new find, and I feel like if I can find, which you can, like Space NK will sell these box sets, these could be great as Christmas gifts. So yeah. I then got Jo Love's Black Cashmere and Tonka, which I was so intrigued about because obviously this is Jo Malone, but actual Jo Malone, but she's gone off and set up her own thing, and it's called Jo Love. This basically just smells like a men's aftershave, so I think I'm probably actually going to give this to the person that I'm seeing, because again, for me, this is more of a masculine scent. When I got the skincare box, I didn't keep it all. With this box, I'm not going to keep it all. I'm not going to keep these two because I'm not going to use them. Like, I give them away to family and friends and stuff, or like I gave a lot of the skincare stuff away on Instagram, but because I have a lot of family and friends that are into scented stuff, I'm just going to give this stuff to family and friends. Also, it's a bit more fragile to ship. So anyway, I then got the Sol de Janeiro Cheriosa 59. So this is meant to be vanilla orchid, sugared violet and sheer sandalwood. And this, they were, again, very generous with the box. It was like the full size, which I've never had a full size Sol spray because I don't get on very well with Sol sprays. They all smell a little bit like damp to me, and honestly, like, this one isn't any exception on the dry down. When I first smelled it, it just smelled really alcoholic, but this has been in the lid for a few days now, and it has that like underlying smell of damp, and I don't know where it's come from, but it does smell like a sort of floralish vanilla. It's not my favourite scent, and I'm going to give this to a friend or a family member because I know that a lot of people love the Sol sprays, so there can't be anything wrong with them. There's something in my nose that doesn't like them because every single one of them smells like damp to me in some way, shape or form, and this is no exception. So I'm going to give this to a friend or family member, and then I think I'm going to give this to my sister. So this is Acqua di Parma. Like, they've given me like so many full-size perfumes, like it's honestly insane. Even though they're not all my cup of tea, I don't want it to come off ungrateful at all. I just want to make sure I'm giving you like an honest unboxing of like my thoughts on this stuff. I'm still very grateful for it. Please don't stop sending me these. I love it. Like you've seen, I was very excited. Even if I don't like things, I love being able to experience new products and new scents in particular is just so exciting. So this is Acqua di Parma Mandorlo di Sicilia. It's this one. This is what they sent me, and they gave me the full bottle. Like, this is just insane. There is so much product in this, 180 ml, but my sister loves Acqua di Parma. She nearly actually got one for her wedding scent. This is like a lot of aqua scents are very aqua-ish, very like fresh citrusy, especially the blue bottle ones, but this one is honestly, it's slightly reminiscent of Kilian's Love Don't Be Shy, and I think it's because it's got like an almond and orange note in it somewhere, and a lot of people love Kilian's Love Don't Be Shy, but it gives me a bit of a headache, which I think is the reason why. As much as I loved how this smelled at first when I first sprayed it, when I wore it, it gave me a headache. And I think it's the almond or the orange, it's something in there, but it is kind of reminiscent of Kilian Love Don't Be Shy. It's not the exact same, it's reminiscent. It smells like a marshmallowy orange, like that's how this smells. And I think my sister is going to be very grateful for this. So yeah, that was the last perfume that I got, but I honestly can't believe they sent me this box full of stuff. I wish I had CCTV in my kitchen so you guys could have seen my reaction to it, because I honestly was so excited, and I still am so excited. Like I said, even though I don't absolutely love everything that came in the box, which is honestly probably a good thing because I can't keep all this stuff, it would be very greedy to, I'm still incredibly grateful to have been sent it. And for these two in particular, these are like, I'm so glad that these came in the box, because especially this, I don't know if I would have ever tried this if it hadn't come in the box. So I'm so grateful that it came in the box. But this is my new favourite, like everyday daytime combination scent. I absolutely love it together. It doesn't mean I don't use my other stuff. I cycle through perfumes, but at the moment, like this week, this is pretty much all I've worn. So yeah, DS and Durga, I don't know what, and Fleur's Soft Spot. So yeah, thank you very much, Space and Kate. And just so you know, that's not an ad, that's not sponsored, and I didn't have to include it in this video to be sent it. I didn't even know it was coming. I just wanted to share it with you guys because, like I said, you are the only reason why I get such cool stuff like this. Like, this is honestly, it sounds really dramatic to say it, but like, that's like a dream PR package to me. Like, that is, I felt like the luckiest person in the world, still feel like the luckiest person in the world, and there's so much, there's like an obscene amount monetary value of perfume in that box, and I know how much it will have cost to give me that, and I'm just incredibly grateful. So yeah, thank you very much, Space and K, the best place to buy your beauty products from. Speaking of which, I've just got 2 deliveries literally as I was about to finish this vlog, so I'm going to show you what I've actually got. I'm not going to run you through everything because this is just like a buttload of thongs, if you'll pardon the pun. Watched the vlog where I went to London. I was talking about how I found it so hard to find this specific style of thong that I wanted, and I looked no further, I found them on Lounge. The only thing that I don't love is I don't love this, like, this fabric at the front. It feels like swimming costumes, and I would rather this whole thing just be cotton and in this exact shape. If anyone knows where I can get this and the whole thing cotton, obviously it's cotton lined. If anyone knows where I can get the whole thing cotton and in this shape, like this specific shape, very stringy sides, triangle at the back, this at the front, please let me know, because I I'm in need. But yeah, I just got a black pair. I got this like tanned colour, which looked very different online, I must say. And then I got the latte colour, which is like a nude colour. But this is my favourite type of underwear to wear. I know that everyone raves about seamless, but seamless just ends up in all the wrong places on me, and I'm not, honestly, I'm not like the biggest fan of it. So I prefer either my organic basics cotton thongs, those are my go-tos, or things like this. So this is the latte colour, so I got those. I then got some nicer ones, and then they've got like a thing on at the moment where if you get a certain amount of thongs you get 2 free. So I got the white ones. This is what they look like. It looks like I'm getting married. This is what they look like. Why am I showing you my underwear? It's kind of weird, I'm not gonna lie, but I'm kind of here for it. I just got the white ones. I was gonna get black, but then I was like, I've literally bought, I had 4 pairs of black thongs in this order, so I was like, go for the white, Amy. So yeah, just a nice plain thong, but I thought that was quite nice, and I feel like it's something to do with Breast Cancer Awareness Month. So by the way, check your breasts. I will leave like a tutorial on how to do that below. It's very important, ladies. So this is called the reveal one, which I'm assuming is because hello, revealed. And then it's just like that at the back. I got this one, which is called, oh, this is like the perfect shape. Big. Oh, I don't like this. Why is it silky on the outside there? It makes me feel uncomfortable. I got this one, which is called the flirt. I love the shape of this at the back, and I love the fact it's got this at the top of the bum. Like, yeah, big slay. Why am I showing you my underwear? This is kind of weird, I'm not gonna lie. And then this one is called the Charmed one, which I've actually already got this one, but it's in an extra small and it's too small for me. It's very, very, very tight under hip bones. So yeah, I got this in a size small because I really like this one. I know I like it because I've already got it. So yeah, that's my thong order. Then, like I've mentioned in this vlog, my skin has just been going wild recently, so I've repurchased the Inculist Salicylic Acid Cleanser. If you've been watching me for a long time, you will know this is a go-to cleanser for me, and every single time my skin starts going weird if I'm using new products, I go back to my old ones, but I've run out of this, so I repurchased it. But this is the cleanser that I used for years religiously and it gave me no issues, so I'm starting back with this today because I need to work out what's causing these. Like, honestly, this one popped in the gym. It's so like painful and sore. Let me do this quick because I'm running out of time. I then picked up the Ole Henriksen Preserve Peptide Lip Treatment in, I think this one's in creme brulee, because everyone was telling me apparently these are better than Summer Fridays, and look, if it's better, it's better, so I'm gonna try this out. It smells like cake batter. Oh my god, it smells like cake batter. That is delicious. And yeah, I like the colour. It's a very like light colour payoff, so I'm very happy with that, but we will see how I get on with it. There's a lot less product in this than the Summer Fridays, I feel. I could be wrong. I have a Summer Fridays here. I literally carry these around. Feel like surely there's less product in this. Is there? I don't know. So I'm going to give this a go because the girlies are saying it's better than Summer Fridays, and if it is, then I will abandon my Summer Fridays because I'm not being paid by them. So I then bought, because I feel like I'm going to run out of my Armani Luminous Silk soon and I wanted to try it. I've got the House Labs foundation. A lot of people really love it, and I feel like a lot of people that love this love Armani Luminous Silk. And I feel like that keeps going patchy on my skin, so I want to see if this is any better. Now, I did order this online, so the shade match could be off, but it could also be bang on. I match it to my fake tan, so I got the shade 260. Oh, why do I feel like this is going to be perfect? Oh, actually, I feel like that's pretty bang on. I don't know why I'm smelling my hand. Obviously I can't try that on now because I've got makeup on, but if you want me to update you on this in a vlog, please let me know, and I absolutely will. But yeah, it's the House Labs Triclone Skin Tech Foundation in the shade 260 Light Medium Cool. Again, I'm matching it to my tan, so we'll see how I get on with that. If you want me to show you in a vlog how it works, I absolutely can. But yeah, that's my little beauty and thong haul, so yeah. kind of weird. So I am going to leave this vlog here just because I want this video up on Sunday and I need to edit it tonight. So I'm going to tidy up the mess I've just made giving you guys that haul and crack on with editing for the evening. I've also got some coaching work to do, so I hope you've enjoyed spending the week with me. Do let me know if you guys have any questions or if there's anything that you want to see in future vlogs, and I will be sure to include as much as possible. Do you want to see more beauty, more skincare, more hair care, more fitness, more food, more workouts? Do you want me to document my running a bit more, because I do think I am gonna continue with outdoor running during the winter, because I felt so good after that run the other day. I know that I like buggered myself for 2 days and I couldn't train, but if I can properly get myself like on a running program, I think I am going to do it, because I really enjoyed it. Like, I want to go for another run in the morning again. So if anyone has any tips on that, actually, runners, please sound off. Let me know. What are your best running tips for balancing that with weight training, because I'm very intrigued to hear. But yeah, if you guys want to know more about that, I can take you along with me, but just let me know what you want me to include and I will be sure to include it. But I am going to leave this vlog here, so give the video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, subscribe if you want to and you haven't already, and I'll see you guys in my next vlog. Goodbye.